Start off by saying all praises to Yahawashi Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim out there sincerely pushing this truth around the four corners of the earth. And I'm going to entitle this video, The Pride of Esau. We'll try to fight against the Messiah Yahawashi. I'm going to start over here in Revelation, the 17th chapter. I'm going to start at verse 10. It says this: and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. Now we know who that short space is talking about. That's talking about the rebirth of the Roman Empire. Basically, because they have fallen at one point, man. They were fallen, but they wasn't fully destroyed. They were wounded. Okay, but now they came back here to return and build the desolate places. Now let's go into that to where we know where that's talking about. Let's go into Micah precept. Okay, real quick. Oh, sorry, Salakia, Malachi. Okay, quick precept. All right, let me get it. This is Malachi. Okay, and we'll start here at verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. Okay, now let's go back. Let's go back to Revelation 17th chapter. It says, and the beast that was, and it is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition, and goeth into perdition. Now who is that? Now who is that? That beast that went into, that's going into perdition. Okay, that's the beast. The beast today, NATO in the EU. Okay, that's that beast which NATO in the EU, which they came back and built that North Atlantic Treaty Organization, EU for European Union. Okay, they came back here, and America is included in that. So that's that beast. Okay, that's that beast. Which that's Esau, man. Okay, but and it says this, verse 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb. Now the Lamb is talking about Yahawashi. Okay, because he sacrificed himself for the children of Israel, but we'll say, because it really is supposed to say sons of Israel. Okay, but he sacrificed himself for the elect of Israel. We'll say there, but all Israel going to be saved, but they got to die on this side, and then they'll come back in the kingdom through the elect. Okay, it says, I'll read that again, 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of lords, and the King of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. Okay, now we're going to jump over here to Revelation, the 19th chapter. I'll start at verse 7. It says, let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife have made herself ready. Now who's the wife? The elect. Okay, because he is that bridegroom that's talked about, who's coming to save the elect, the children of Israel, the sons of Israel. Okay, the elect of Israel, we should say. Okay, all right, and it says, and to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is righteous is the righteousness of saints. For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints, which is the Israelites. We are the saints. Okay, but the elect, once again, because that word has got to be thrown out there, man. That only the elect is gonna get saved on this first go around, man. Okay, because 2/3 of our people are wicked and they're gonna be destroyed. Okay. Now I'm gonna jump down to verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. That horse is talking about a chariot. That's what Yahawashi gonna pull up in. He's gonna pull up in a massive, big chariot. Okay, it's gonna cover the sky, man. Okay, it's gonna be huge, man. Like you see it in Independence Day, the first one. That's what it's gonna be like, man. Okay, and he's coming with the host of them, man, which is the angels in their chariots. All right. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. That's right. The Lord's coming back from war. It says in Exodus the 15th chapter, verse 3, I think it is. It says the Lord is a man of war. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, it says his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but himself. Now, see, he had a name written that no man knew but himself. But we know the name of the Lord. His name is Yahawashi. Right? Because all these people, contrary to popular belief, all these people call him Jesus Christ, Yahweh, Yeshua. Okay, all these BS names. Okay, which is not the name of the Lord, man. Which is not the name of the Messiah. His name is Yahawashi. And we're going to keep pushing that name because that is the true name. Okay? That is the true name. He was a Hebrew man. He came from out of the tribe of Judah. Okay? Hebrews. When you go to Hebrews 7 and 14. Let's go there. Okay? Give me Hebrews real quick. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. Okay. It's Hebrews 7 and 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. He was an Israelite. Okay. He was out of the tribe of Judah. He was a very respected man. Okay. He would be considered as a very respected man. Okay. He would be over the high priest. He would be more than a high priest. Okay? Because he had nothing but wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Alright? That's that. You know? But back in Revelation, the 19th chapter, it says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High, Yahweh. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Now that white linen, white, is considered as righteousness. As righteousness, okay? That's basically what white is considered as. Alright? So you got Edom running around here talking about they white. They're not white, they're not righteous. They're the wicked. Okay? They're wicked. They're red. They're the devil. Okay? And it says, verse 15. And out his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and tread the winepress of the furiousness and wrath of Almighty power Yahweh. And he haveth on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Verse 17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power, Yahweh, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and the flesh that sat on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse, and against his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And the raiment was slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth. Now that sword is talking about those beams of light coming out the chariot. All right, that's what it's talking about. It's talking about those that fire that's going to come out the chariot, man. Okay, that beam of light that's going to burn their asses and beat them into powder, man. Okay. And the fowls were filled with their flesh, and the birds were filled with their flesh. Okay. All right, now let's go into the Apocrypha. This is the 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, and I'll start at verse 1. Because see, Esau's so proud, he gonna try to make war against the Lord, man, and he not gonna win. Okay, that's how proud this devil is, man. He's not gonna win. He think that because he making all his stealth planes and many different things like that, and all these planes, they're not gonna be able to hang with the chariots of the Most High, the chariots of Yahawashi. It's not gonna happen, man. Okay, the chariots, they can do amazing things, man, and they gonna do some amazing things in that day. You watch and you see. Okay, a lot of people gonna be absolutely afraid out here when they see a whole bunch of chariots in the sky, man. Okay, and it come to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And behold, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. That man is talking about Yahawashi, and he's coming with the thousands of heaven, meaning the angels, and they all coming in their chariots. Okay, they coming to take down this devil, man. Okay, and they coming to save the elect of Israel. Okay, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him, and whosoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth falleth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I behold, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men. This is Esau and his army trying to fight against the Lord, out of number from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Now that's Esau and his armies. All the other nations going to try to fight against the Lord, man. They're going to turn and they're going to try to fight against the Lord because they're going to see him coming. Okay. But I behold, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain. That great mountain is talking about that big chariot. Okay, because it was so big, it was like a mountain. Okay, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And it says this, and after this I behold, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet drust fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor an instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Okay. With that, I want to say, I hope you brothers were edified, and shalom.